All right. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited for tonight. We have Keyshawn Graves on the phone, and she's having some technical difficulties, so you won't get to see her face. But you'll understand everything from her voice because she is just known for her energy, and I can't wait for you guys to hear from her. She is the Southeast Regional Sales Manager at Beachbody, which means she's responsible for the 2 to 5 star diamond leaders. And she provides assistance with like goal setting, strategic planning. I remember when we were going for a lead at the end of last year, I was like, Keyshawn, help! And so she's really, really awesome. She grew up playing sports, cross country, and track and field, and she loves competing. And she really has that same mental toughness and hard work required for success in athletics in her career here at Beachbody. So she's originally from Indianapolis, and she's currently in Utah. And she has her little dog Gucci. Love the name. That's so cute. But she's currently not training for her first marathon, her first half marathon. But she loves to do all that stuff outside, traveling, hiking, skiing, camping, anything else. So I will not take up any more of your time. You can go ahead and go, Keyshawn.
Thank you so much for that warm introduction, Brooke. You are the bomb. I'm so excited and honored to be here with you guys tonight, Team Gold Diggers. I know that you guys are in great hands with Brooke. And what your team has done and what she does and what, the resources that she goes after to find and ensure that you guys have access to. It hasn't even begun to scratch the surface. I mean, you guys are just really in great hands on that team. And I know that there are endless possibilities on this entire organization. And that's because of you. I'm just really starting to get a little fired up thinking about the endless possibilities on Team Gold Diggers. But tonight, though, I'm going to try to keep it focused because I have a tendency to go off topic. I'm going to keep it focused, and we're going to talk about having a champion mindset. And then I'm going to give you the secret to always being successful with that mindset. I mean, who on this call doesn't want to know the one thing that will get you closer to who you want to become? What you want to do for yourselves or for your family or for your team. So if you're on this call tonight, that tells me that you've made the serious and outward commitment to achieving your goals. And the fact that you've made the sacrifice to either be here live and see my phone icon or listen to the playback, it further leads me to believe that you all have what it takes to be champions. And that's because you're doing the right behavior. So today we're just going to briefly gut check those. And by briefly, I mean 30 minutes. And then again, I'm going to give you the not so secret to being successful in this business and what I think in life in general. So we've almost made it through another year talking summit to summit, which at summit, if you've never been, you'll hear Carl talk about the year summit to summit. And so I want you all to think back to your goals and to your vision boards from the beginning of 2016 and from last year, leaving out of summit 2015. So get those in your mind, visualize your vision board, get those goals into the forefront. So what did you guys set to accomplish? What actions did you take and are you taking in order to achieve your goals? Have you achieved your 2016 goals? Are you in pursuit? Are you on track to achieve those 2016 goals? If so, it's time to set new audacious goals by summit. It's time to reach a new summit before summit. So it's May 31st, and that tells me two things. One, that there's still plenty of time left this month for you to get it done, that there's still time left for you to follow up, for you to reach out, for you to help one last person to get them started on their journey of achieving their goals and living a healthy, fulfilling life before the strike of midnight. There's still time left for you to be who you said you wanted to be and do the things you sought to accomplish at the beginning of this month. Champs, I dare you to prove it to yourself because I know you can do it. The second thing that this date, May 31st, tells me is that there's still plenty of time for you to go after your goals with relentless pursuit by summit, starting today. And that entails finishing this year strong. Again, we're talking summit to summit, as you envisioned it. I mean, what's the point of doing life if you're going to merely coast through this thing? Let's live life. So team, it's time to turn up the intensity and let's run through the finish line. Now, with that bio that Brooke gave you, you guys can probably guess that I'm a little familiar with turning up the intensity. As a matter of fact, I literally have been a runner my entire life. Since I could pretty much walk, I ran. I was in summer running clubs, and by the time I was 11, I was literally running year-round. Cross country, indoor track, outdoor track, year-round running, literally, guys, since I was 11. And one thing that became known as my thing was the way I would finish my races. But that started way back when during a mile race one spring afternoon. Now, if I have any runners on the call, I'm sure you'll be able to relate to the story. I had led the entire race, but then something happened. Something game-changing for me happened. Going into that first turn on the third lap, I hit a wall. And I mean, I slammed into that wall, but I still maintained a lead that was growing smaller for a millisecond. But she knew I was dying. I was giving her all the signs. And then it happened. She caught me. And she caught me right before the start of the last lap with about 450 meters left to go of the 1,600-meter race. Now, if you guys know anything about track, you know that you typically have your coach and your team right there at that finish start line. And they're typically there recording your times and yelling at your splits. And that's also where the bleachers start and where the opening to the track is. So all the fans, as well as your team and the other team, are what seems like right there, like in your face. And so as soon as she passed me in front of the entire crowd, her team went wild. And I immediately made eye contact with my coach, and I read his lips, and they said, "You better go." And then I heard my mom from way up in the bleachers screaming out, "You better not let that girl beat you, Keichun." Yes, guys, she was that crazy mom who would run laps around you as you ran your race. I love her to death. But I heard them, and I didn't want this girl to win either. I had big goals, and I believed in me. Heck, I led this entire race. And so with 200 meters left in that race, I leaned in, and I leaned hard. And at this point, she had gained about 15 to 20 meters on me. But one thing that our coach taught us, and I leaned on his training, was when you're finishing, you want to finish strong. And in order to finish strong, you're going to want to lean in and lean hard. And so I kicked it in like I never had before. Like I was running a 200-meter sprint. I had completely forgotten about the wall I had just slammed into, how my legs felt like concrete jello, how I could barely even lift them when I initially slammed into that wall. I completely forgotten about me being embarrassed in front of the entire crowd when she blew past me after I led the entire race. But I believed in me. And I wanted the title more than I cared about the pain. And if I died, because y'all, that was a legitimate concern in my mind, I knew that I would have died leaving it all out on the field. So despite that wall I had just hit 500 meters ago, I kicked it into a gear I never even knew existed in my body. And with my sweat mixing with my tears and my tears turning into fuel, I propelled and I pulled it off and I won the race. And I live to tell you about it today. I did not die. And so from there on, no matter what race, no matter where I was in the race, whether it be first place or last place, I finished with a kick that was so strong and so powerful it left people in awe. Why? Because even as a kid running the mile, I had big goals. I had a big goal to go to college. And that why had been embedded in my mind since I could speak. I can hear my mother now. If you want to go to college, Keichun, you better run fast because that's the only way that we're going to be able to afford it. And team, regardless of the truth or not, that's what I believed. And so I had no other choice but to believe in me and my why and that I am a champion. So what do I want you all to take away from this story? I have 3 takeaways for you. And this is how we're going to gut check your mindset. So the first is I want you all to set yourself up to be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goals. Well, what does that mean? That means do the basic business producing activities daily and consistently, especially when things get tough. That's the way you set yourself up to be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goals. Or like our keynote speaker from Summit of 2015, DeWitt Jones says, put yourself in the place of highest potential. And one big way to set yourself up for maximum success is by Achievement Success Club, helping 3 people every month, period. It needs to be a must-happen goal every month. Period. And really, inviting is the only way to ensure it happens. And the great thing is, is that we can use the summer as an opportunity for you to reach out to your followers and new friends and family and prospects, such as tennis matches, going out to the tennis matches and cheering on your friends, or going to the pool, or going to camps, or going to the park with your children. Just a few of the many ways you can get out of your home and meet new people. And get this. If you plan on staying around for 2 years, you can increase what you're currently doing by 234%. If you plan on being a Beachbody coach for the next 2 years, you have the potential to increase what you're currently doing by 234%. And that's by helping 3 people every month consistently for 2 years. 234%, and that's at least 72 people that you would have helped. So from here on out, never miss it. Be consistent with Hitting Success Club. Because if we worked for someone else and our goal was to help 3 people every month and we didn't, we would be fired. But you don't work for anyone else. This is your business. So no matter what your goals are, use Success Club as a tracking system. If Success Club scares you or turns you off, change it. Change the name to the Live Change Club, or something that maybe is more accurate to what we're accomplishing. It more accurately depicts what we're doing when we hit Success Club, and that's changing lives. So are you putting yourself in a place of highest potential? Champions do. And if you're not, realign your goals to your why and redevelop the actions and activities that you're striving for that will get you to where you want to go and to who you want to become. So the second thing I want you to take away from my story is to keep running. When that girl passed me, I didn't stop. It wasn't the end of the race. It wasn't the end of my life. I had a choice to make, to give it up or give it my all. And you have a very similar choice to stay consistent and not stopping. Don't stop 3 feet from the end of the month, from your daily routine of growing your business or whatever. And team, others may slow down, but our goals don't change with the seasons. Who you desire to become, I don't think, wavers due to quote unquote difficult month or because life is happening. As a matter of fact, I want you all to have a paradigm switch when life happens. Get excited about the growth that you're about to embark on because life is happening to you. And because you're not going to ease up on your goals because life is happening. Because you're not going to ease up on who you want your team to become or anything else because life is happening. And then here's the secret. Consistency. Consistency is the not so secret to being successful in this business and in life. You don't have to know everything to be successful. You just have to be consistent with what you do know and pursuing the answers to what you don't. And know that 100% of the things you do today will affect who you become tomorrow and so on. 100% of the things you do today will affect who you become tomorrow and so on. Champions, what are you doing today? Are they aligned to who you want to become? And then I'm going to actually add in one more. I'm going to add in patience. Consistency and patience are the big secrets to success. That's right. That's it. You are very well equipped to get the results you desire. You just have to do it. Then you have to be consistent with it. Then you have to be patient. But you are perfectly aligned to yield the results you're getting. You, champions, goal diggers, everyone on this phone call right now, have what it takes right now to achieve your goals, to be who you desire. But it's time to gut check your champion mindset. So are you consistent with your daily activities? Are you consistent with the 4 vital behaviors? It is really that simple, team. So it's summer. This is not the time of the year to slow down. This is go time. And even if you're not yielding your desired results, I can guarantee that you're planting some pretty wicked seeds. You're building relationships, you're forming prospects, you're constantly sharing so people know where to go and who to go to for their fitness needs. Stay consistent, team. Stay consistent with that. Don't waver. Then stay patient. And the last couple of months, I might be venting a little bit. I'm going to go back to the focus. But the last couple of months, I heard over and over and over and over about how, quote unquote, tough it was or how slow it was. And my response to that was, well, other people are achieving their audacious goals. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to give up? Are you going to change your goals? Are you going to stop reaching out to people? Are you going to stop sharing your story? Are you going to log off of social media for a few months? What are you going to do? This is a time of year where we have to remember our why and frequently visit and revisit our goals and vision boards from the beginning of this year and from last summit. This is the time of year when we really get to see who has it in them to achieve their goals. This is also the time of year when excuses come up more often. It's a slow time of year. Kids are going back to school, the holidays, traveling, you name it, it can be an excuse. So I challenge you to move beyond your excuses. I want to challenge you to replace those excuses with affirming words. Stop thinking that negative mess, because that is what champions do. That is what leaders do. That is what people on a mission to achieve their goals do. And you, team, have to be flexible in adapting to the change of speed. Perhaps you do have to dig deeper to achieve goals that come easier in other months. It's okay, champions, adapt, because again, our goals don't change with the time of year. Goals and whys don't change with the seasons. As a matter of fact, this moment right here is when your history is written. So have you let yourself the break? Now, champions may falter, but they always get back on course. And so if you got off course, I challenge you today to get back on course. There's no straight line to becoming the person you desire. There's no straight line to becoming the team, to leading the team you desire. There's going to be some ebbs and flows in that. Champions may falter, but they always get back on course. So I'd say it's summer, it's slower. Who cares? Because what I do know is that 2 of 3 people are overweight in the United States right now. What I do know is that there are people out there that we can help today. But it's up to you to move beyond the excuses, to see through them, because they need us. And we need you. I believe in you. Think of me as that coach or that mom way up in the bleachers yelling out, you got this, because I truly believe in you. I truly believe in us and what we're doing, and I believe in our mission. But do you truly believe it, champs? Do you understand that you have everything it takes today? So some of you may be saying, hey, I'm giving this all I've got. I've gut checked myself and I truly can't give this anything else. Well, first of all, if you're giving this baby all you got and you're gut checking yourself along the way and you still fall short of your goals, that's what going big means. It's not to beat yourself up if you don't hit your goals. Goals are there to ensure our daily actions are aligned correctly. It's to gut check yourself to ensure you're doing all you can to achieve your goals. It's about what you've learned and the number of people you've connected with. It's about who you become in pursuit of going after that audacious goal, or like Jeff Hill likes to say, that BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And then remember, sometimes you may have some noises and interferences. And I think that in the pursuit of living healthy, fulfilling lives, we just have to know that we're going to have haters. And those haters are going to look much like the ones who cheered against me during that mile race. You know, when the girl passed me in front of everyone and they were going wild. Haters. We all have haters. If you're doing things right, you should. So don't be fearful about being you, especially on social media, because we're not selling anything, but we're for sure not selling something useless. We're sharing a life-changing solution. We're sharing the solution for the dad to be able to walk his beautiful daughter down the aisle. We're sharing the solution for that grandmother to stop taking the pictures and to get in the pictures with her family. So know you and be confident in the work that you're doing and that it's coming from a good place, and then keep pushing. Because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And typically when you start something new, your haters, oftentimes the ones who are closest to us, mock us because maybe they know our history. They know us. So maybe you started several things and you've quit several times. Maybe even at one point you thought that you were a failure. We have to show them that you are in this forever and that you will continue to be positive and post about what you're doing in your life and with your life. And you will continue to share this amazing opportunity, because if not, you'd be a disservice to your friends and family who need to know about this opportunity. If they don't want to see who you're becoming, then they are more than welcome to unfriend you. And Team Gold Diggers, I really need for everyone to be okay with that. I know that's much easier said than done, but I need for you to know that as long as you're doing this with the right intentions, who cares what your haters say? But I think it's because we've been programmed and conditioned to believe this vicious cycle that we're supposed to be on, right? It's this: you graduate from high school, you go to college, you get a job, you start a family, you retire. It's kind of like the elephant who was attached to the classic patio chair by the thin rope. If you guys haven't heard the story, there were no chains, there were no cages, just this thin rope, and it was very obvious that the elephant could get loose. So a gentleman's walking by and asked the trainer, why are the elephants trying to escape? And the trainer says, well, when they were young, we used to tie them up and we used the same size rope. And at that age, it actually helped them. Well, as they grow up, they're conditioned to believe that they can't break away. They believe still that the rope will hold them, and so they never even try to break free. Let's break those chains and generational curses. Let's show our friends and family what it's like to be free and to dream big, to not just coast through life, but to live life. Because being attached to that vicious cycle doesn't have to be yours, nor their reality. Brooke and numerous other coaches have proven that it doesn't have to be our reality. It's okay to lean in and to lean hard in this business towards your goals. It's okay to break away from that cycle. And those people who say you dream too big, darn it, they dream too small. If you only live once, why not give this baby all you got? Why not lean in and lean hard every day? Why not you? I don't believe that you're here by coincidence or chance. I believe that you were meant to walk into this opportunity, that you were meant to meet your upline, that you were meant to be a part of this team, and you were meant to be victorious. And you, Team Gold Diggers, are champions. So don't let those noises or interferences come from you. That's right. Don't let them come from your haters or from yourself. Kick that little voice in the face. You know, the one that makes you resist getting uncomfortable, the voice who says you aren't worth it or you can't do it, the voice who says, what do you think you're doing? You're not Barbie. You don't have what it takes. You're being salesy. Yes, that one. Kick him dead in the face because you absolutely can. And when you decide to commit, you will succeed. So don't be scared of your potential success. Be the person, be the team, be the leader you said you want to be, and then never, ever give up in the pursuit of it. Be consistent daily in the pursuit of it. Champions keep running the race, period. So the third and final thing I want you to take away from my story, which we've heard it drip through, is to lean in, to lean hard, and to finish strong. Finish May strong. Guys, it is May 31st. There are still months left. There's still people left. Finish May strong. Finish pursuing your summit before summit strong. Finish 2016 so strong, kicking it into a gear you never even knew existed, that freaks you out a little bit, that makes you sick, because there's still plenty of time left for you to get it done, but it is go time. So again, I challenge you all to turn up that intensity, because I want everyone on this call to wake up tomorrow on the 1st knowing that you could not have given May a fingernail tip more. I want you all to run through the finish line. And champions understand that it's not about the start, it's about the finish. So how will you finish this? Are you living life or merely just coasting? You've heard me say this several times. Living life means finishing your life story strong as you envisioned it and leaving nothing on the field daily in the pursuit of becoming who it is that you desire. The type of mom, the type of wife, leader, community servant, CEO. Live life, Team Gold Diggers. It's right there. It's right there on your name. So guys, Team Beachbody hasn't even begun to scratch the surface of what we will achieve and the lives we will change in pursuit of ending the trend of obesity. And you're in it. You're a part of it. You're going to get your cut in this. And we couldn't even do this without you. And all you have to do is be willing to push, to lean in, to lean hard, to be consistent, to push through that voice that says stop. Push through the voice that says you won't make it, the voice that says you can do it later, the voice that says, who do you think you are? Push through that. Push now and keep pushing. And then find other people to push with you and to help you push and find new ways to push and to keep you pushing. But whatever it takes, push. Push with passion, push with pride, push with love, push with purpose, and push through that May finish line. Push through your daily finish line so that you can be who you desire. There are people whose survival, there are people whose success is waiting on what you will bring. You just have to be willing to push. And team, it does not start tomorrow. That starts right now. Champions start right now. So team, the time is now. If you want things you've never had, you're going to have to do things you've never done. And I believe you can do it. I believe that you are a champion. So I gave you the big secret to success of this business, which is consistency. I even gave you a secondary, which is patience. And then I gave you some tips to make sure that you gut check your champion mindset. If you were able to answer yes to those questions, then you just stay consistent and you just stay patient, because you are on the track to becoming exactly who you want. And if not, it's never too late to get back on the path. That's what champions do, and that's who you are. That's all I have for you.
Thank you, Keichun. That was awesome.
No problem. No problem. Do you have any questions about anything?
You have a couple minutes if people have questions. I don't know if anybody has any questions they want to ask. Now's your time. We probably won't get Keichun for a while. That was really, really awesome. I'm really like pumped up now.
Yay! Perfect.
Anybody have any questions? You can just unmute yourself and ask. No? Going once? Going twice? Awesome. I think we're good then.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys need anything, I'm here for you. I'm the only Keichun Graves on Facebook. So let's go, guys. Let's push hard. It's May 31st. What are you going to do for May? All right, guys.
Still have 3.5 hours to Success Club for anybody that hasn't done it. You still have time, so get out there.
Exactly.
Talking.
All right. Bye, Brooke. Thanks again.
Thanks, Keichun. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Now that she's off, I'll stop.